you've got a bunch of books to chat about with us. The Least They Have Eyes is one of them. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, Bonham Dies, she's a Christian author and she specializes in these sci-fi fantasy books with emotional depth and high-stakes storytelling.
Ooh.
So this is her debut novel and it's called Lest They Have Eyes and explores identity, truth, and the cost of perfection. So she lives in Nevada, United States with her husband and 4 children.
All right. So tell us a bit about this book, Lest They Have Eyes.
Now, this is typical. This is quite hard to talk about because it's epic. There's a lot going on, but I'll try to simplify it.
Okay,
It's like a
nice.
Lord of the Rings summary.
Yeah. So it won't really encapsulate it all, but we'll see how we go. So it follows the lives of 4 characters, and they're bound together in a world hundreds of years after in the future after a nuclear war.
Wow.
So we've got Kansas. She's been rejected by the perfect society that she lives in after the mate she was matched with refuses to marry her. So that's unheard of in her world. But in her work, she's got an interesting job. She's tasked with educating the pods. Now, these are humans from centuries ago who wake up out of their pods in this new time and new place. So in this new world. So they're obviously very confused. So one day she wakes up this character called Amelia. And she's the daughter of a long-lost warlord, and she really bonds with Amelia, and it changes her life when she decides to commit to her, and they go on the run. So that's 2 characters there, Kansas
Wow.
and Amelia. Then they meet Pepin, who's been looking for this hidden warlord for 8 years, so they meet him. And there's also this guy called Flister, who's an immortal, so he can't die, and he fears this warlord's return. So that as the story progresses, their lives become increasingly bound together.
Ooh.
Oh, so what's your verdict on this one?
Oh, wow. It's amazing. It's
Okay.
unforgettable characters. It's got this really multi-layered plot and exceptional world building, and it's all underpinned by these subtle Christian themes. So it's a brilliant book.
All right. Well, let's talk about our next one then. This feels like it might be more of a romancy novel here, but Love to the Rescue by Marina Kurbin. What can you tell us about this life story?
Actually, this is a real life story, so not a romantic story at all, actually. So Marina was only 7 years old when the Soviet Union collapsed, and it causes terrible economic suffering for the people of Takajan. So her family was immune to this, and her mother was already working 2 jobs before this happened to provide for her children. But after this happened, she made this absolutely impossible decision to sell her body to provide for the kids. But of course, she put food on the table, but it caused so much damage for her children. So it was only when Marina was older she kind of realized the truth of the situation, because children don't really know what's going on. But she found out the streets weren't safe, her home wasn't safe. She was like 14 years old and just on the verge of destruction. But then some individuals reached out to her and she discovered God's love, which absolutely altered her life path.
Oh, now I need to know if there was a happy outcome for her.
I'm pleased to say yes.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
So today's Marina, the founder of this non-for-profit organisation called Invest in a Life. So it builds safe houses for people that are vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. And she's happily married with children. And this story is just so remarkable to see her as this really vulnerable child through to this confident woman who's got a purpose. And it's just an inspiration for anyone who's broken and wanting to be whole again.
Wow. Then
good.
lastly, maybe for those in our lives who are a little more kind of hands-on, you've got a non-fiction book, Wood Carving, Tools, Techniques and Concepts by Stephen Meyer. Can you tell us a bit more about that one?
So Stephen Meyer, he's this highly respected New Zealand craftsman and he spent decades devoted to his art of carving. So in this new book, he generously shares this extensive knowledge and it's beautifully presented. It's got colour photos all the way through. So it's a how-to guide of everything you want to know about wood carving. So selecting the right wood, understanding the patterns, achieving the best finish. So it outlines how to use all the key tools, all the hand tools and the power tools as well.
And we understand there was quite many influences in the book.
Yeah, he travelled around the world, so he explores Pacific and Papua New Guinea styles as well as European and Asian influences.
Maybe a good late Father's Day present if you'd missed out. What's your verdict on this one, Karen?
Well, a must-have, invaluable guide for anyone interested in wood carving. So 3 very different books there, eh? But they're all fantastic in their own way.
Well, this is what we love about New Zealand book lovers, Karen. You give us the lowdown on all these discoveries each month. So if you want to follow along with some of these recommendations at New Zealand book lovers, that's nzbooklovers.co.nz. Karen, thanks for the recommendations again.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us as part of the Rhema whānau. We really appreciate your company. And if you'd like to check out more stories like that one, just click here.
In fact, our channel has a whole bunch just like this, stories that can encourage you and inspire you and make you more aware of what other people's lives are like in Aotearoa and around the world. So maybe you could subscribe right here.